For many, Valentine's Day is a day for celebration of love. But for our next guest, February 14th is a day that a mission began, Omid's mission. Victoria Yousefi lost her son Omid on that dreadful day after fleeing her native country of Iran in search of a better life for her 3 children.
Now, most people could barely move on after a tragic loss like that one. Victoria has turned her family's loss into a story of courage, hope, and inspiration. Please welcome to the show the author of Omid's mission, his mother, Victoria Yousefi. Welcome to our show.
Thank you so much, and it's very nice to be on your show.
Victoria, let's talk about your story. You leave Iran in the 80s with 3 children on your own.
Yes. At that time, 1980s, the situation for the woman was very hard. The Shah regime is changed and the different regime, Khomeini came. The situation was very hard for my kids in school, in the street, everywhere. They was controlling everything. And I don't want to raise my kids on that situation. I want him to have better life and better education.
So you leave Iran, you come here to America, to New York. How did things go after you got here?
Everything was good. We started going to work and my kids went to school and everything was perfectly good.
But shortly after you arrive, a year.
Yes.
One of your children, Omid, is
Yes.
diagnosed with aplastic anemia.
That's what a lot of people at home, they've heard of anemia, but aplastic anemia is something that most people probably haven't heard. And it affects the bone marrow, is that right?
It affects the bone marrow and the cells, blood, and the white blood cells, and platelets. And the situation, they have to go for the transplant, bone marrow transplant.
So you're faced with such a serious situation, 2 other children. How did you find a balance?
I always learn with my kids, be together and balancing each other. We helping each other, we go on and we did it. We know what we want. That was our goal and we get.
Now, your son, Omid, was 9 years old when he was diagnosed. And as we said at the beginning of the interview, he passed away on Valentine's Day a few years later. How old was he?
14 years old.
He was 14. And then you decided to put his story into words for other people. Tell me about your journey in this book, Omid's Mission.
Omid had a lot of love towards to everybody. He's donated his life to the research, to the doctors, by knowing they're going to one day learn about how to treat the others and find about the sickness, find about the treatment.
He was so extraordinary. From what you've explained to Beth and myself, he was only in his teens, and yet he was so mature for his age to be able to express in words that he wanted his diagnosis and his body to live on in terms of finding a cure. That speaks volumes for your son.
He was very smart. He had a very good wisdom at a young age.
Victoria, thank you so much for being here, and thank you for putting this story into words so that we can find a cure someday for this.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate your courage.
Thank you.
Now, if you would like more information on Victoria Yousefi, aplastic anemia, or if you'd like a copy of the book, again, it's Omid's Mission, go to the website.
omidsmission.com.